Now, before I worked for Latest TV, I used to work here at Carlton Hill Primary School as a teaching assistant, and every lunchtime, this was my domain. I was on playground duty. Before I started working at Carlton Hill, I'd never really coached before, I'd never played basketball before, and neither of the kids. So we kind of learnt together as we were going along. Once I taught them all I knew about sort of space and marking and awareness and things like that, there wasn't a whole lot more that I could really teach them. I mean, I clearly can't shoot. So, with the help of Nathan Bowen from Albion in the Community and the Brighton Cougars basketball team, I took 10 kids from Carlton Hill in years 5 and 6 to a training session at the University of Sussex so they could get some more technical coaching. Do you know what we're going to be doing today? Could you explain for us, please?
No, I don't know what we're doing today.
Have you ever been to a basketball session like we're going to today before?
No.
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 Nope.
Never.
No.
Nope.
No.
No.
Nadia and Ronica, what would you normally be doing on a Saturday?
Watching TV. Playing on the Xbox. Sleeping. Golf ball training. Sleeping more. And watching Friends.
Watching TV, annoying my big sister, being sarcastic to her, watching TV, that's it.
What is it about basketball that you really like?
I like that you don't stand still for long and you're always moving.
Okay, good morning. Welcome to Brighton Cougars. This is our all-star session for boys and girls under 11. So it's an introduction to basketball.
Today, in this session, they've been doing a lot of technical stuff, breaking down the skills a lot. They're not really used to that level of detail in the schools. In the schools, we only have 5 or 6 weeks to work on every single sport. But in here, they've really been able to improve and learn the fundamental skills for basketball. Also, as well, with this guy, he obviously knows a lot more about basketball.
First off, I understand that children want to play, and if we can take those technical aspects and make them into play as well, then it's just an early game they're playing.
Having spent every day on the playground, I know how much time different sports get.
Can I just check what names you've got on your shirts, please? Oh, we've both got LeBron James. Okay, neither of you decided to go for Dwayne Wade then?
I've also got his socks and...
Freya and Joseph don't play much basketball. As you'd expect, it's mostly football. At Joseph's school, they don't have a net since it was broken, and on Freya's playground, they've got 2 hoops, so basketball sometimes gets a look in.
You can actually see some of them have improved already in this session, just by learning, especially the shooting.
When I've got my time with them at lunchtimes, we've got a half an hour slot, and it's so frantic that I don't often feel like I have the time to be able to sort of stop and say, like, look at what you're doing.
In specialised sessions, coaches like Sean are able to take the time to break things down.
Probably the reason he hasn't passed the ball is because you're not...
I think basketball has to do a better job of presenting itself. It's a great game. It clearly matches up with any of the games that kids are normally exposed to. We need to do a better job in schools of having people who bring people to the game.
Nathan is one of those people, but at the moment, what are the obstacles that are making his job difficult?
1, the session isn't very long that we have, and 2, I have to get through 6 different topics in the year, and you only have 5 or 6 weeks per sport.
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Through Albion in the Community, Nathan runs PE lessons and after-school clubs for schools all over Brighton and Hove.
Giving them that opportunity to go and try these things is really important, because just little things, like some of them have never even been in a hall like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
And it can be quite intimidating. It's a big place.
Yeah, they've never even been in these sorts of facilities. So they might have talent and you'd never ever know about it.
Exactly.
But you can see from here, look how much they're enjoying it, look how much they're learning.
I like the decks.
Brilliant.
Do you want to get in as well, mate? Can we move out? Get in. We're all reaching. Move this way a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Basketball! Okay, so Shah, what did you think of it?
Right, what I saw is, look, you see these kids, you know, jumped on a bus, not played basketball, never been on a basketball court before. Within 2 minutes, they look like they've been playing for a few years. Summer Madness, what we can bring to this is the fun side of it. You know, these kids, they need the exposure. It's a beautiful game, and you can see within minutes they fall in love with it. It's what we need, more exposure.
One of the things that I mentioned in that VT is the fact that I had played basketball with the kids on the court at school a little bit, but my knowledge of basketball is limited. Technically, I can't really show them anything. So to have that kind of that specialised, really detailed assessment of their game, teaching them like how to shoot properly, things like that, which I very muchly cannot do. I mean, that's something that you're quite involved with as a basketball coach, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that one of the points that was really strong in this video was that I think that's going to work. The idea of like linking a club together with a school, and and making something happen, because the knowledge is in the club, and that school club links is the future. And the fact that we're able to provide more and more that exit route with the community and link it all together.
Yeah.
I think actually it's a very good little clip you've put together there.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm really impressed actually.
So T, tell me a little bit about, because I know that your background is in basketball. You played basketball.
Yes.
And you're based in London.
Yes, indeed.
So are you as well,
East
Shah?
London, yeah.
So what's the sort of the difference that you've encountered between the way that basketball is supported and sort of like a fundamental, you can't really say grassroots because there's no grass in basketball, a hard court level, if you like,
Sure.
compared to what it's like down here in Sussex?
One thing I've noticed, and I've kind of been observing from a while, is in London they are extremely athletic, passionate, and really hungry to win, to compete. Not saying that isn't the case elsewhere, but if you compare, say, the London basketball scene to your outskirts and the further out you go, as I say, London's very passionate, very athletic on a kind of general basis. On the outskirts, they learn the fundamentals because you have a bit more time. And these kids really are solid. I mean, especially in Sussex and some of the teams we've seen at our events, they're impressive. From juniors right up to sort of senior level. It's good. And I'm not trying to take anything away from London, but I think in London it's so close-knit, it's very watered down. There's too many clubs, too many different things happening all at once, rather than one or two that are just phenomenal at what they do.
So do you think that maybe like an amalgamation of the two, like the kind of the athletic passion compared with the structure of elsewhere?
To be honest with you, I wouldn't say. I think that could be one of the things. It's probably not enough hours in a day to work it all out, to be fair, but I definitely am very happy and very supportive of seeing that basketball is once again
on the rise.
Growing. It is on the rise. I mean, a lot more kids. You see a lot more kids walking around, and that's thanks to your LeBron Jameses and those type of players and stuff. But at the same time, we have a GB team here that make me proud. Might not do as well as, but I genuinely believe with the support and in the future, yes, we will be a force to be reckoned with. And this is where it starts with the events like the Madness, because it has to be fun. In order for that could go right down to riding a bicycle. If you don't make it fun for them, it's like doing your homework, isn't it? Whereas if you spin the ball, and that's where the freestyle and the tricks and stuff, which we have a lot of at the event at the Summer Madness. But you spin a ball on a kid's finger and you see the smile.
Immediately,
sold. And that smile is priceless. And I saw that in your video. That was the first thing. It's actually quite emotional, to be honest with you, because a lot of these kids will succeed. Not maybe. Every kid is talented. Maybe not at basketball, but they will succeed. And the fact of the matter is they've been given a chance. I didn't play basketball till I was nearly 18. That's because I never knew of basketball.
Wow.
And I think the proof in the pudding also about basketball getting bigger in the UK is we are getting interest from American basketball teams speaking to us. Well, look, we heard UK's taking off with the basketball. We want to get involved at this stage, and I think that's the proof in itself.
That's fantastic. Now your role is sort of changing at the moment. To see that sort of evolution is taking place as well, it's quite exciting, isn't it?
It is very exciting. At the moment, as I was saying earlier, there's this amalgamation of potential, you know, being put all together in the madness. The Brighton Madness really does represent basically everything. The school club links, it represents the community games, it represents you know, the role models that are, you know, doing their dunks out there, you know, the little clinics in which in the morning we managed to coach a little bit of fundamentals to the youngest kids. So, you know, there's exposure, there's all of it together. You know, the Madness is actually representing a lot of things, and I think this is the right moment to harness all this, and we're working on it. And thanks to you now, and thanks to
Just
the exposure.
to add to that,
you know.
sorry Miguel, we are doing this on one space.
One space.
And yeah, we cater for juniors, under 14s, we cater for under 18s, we cater for ladies, we cater for men's, as well as all the entertainment on one space. That's
One
not
court,
being replicated
one court we
anywhere.
represent.
One court.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
the stage and everything.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Obviously, this is just the beginning, like we know, and we'll be hearing an awful lot more from the guys from Brighton Madness and a lot more from my basketball series in general.
Look out
we
for it.
are going to. We're going to be going back to Joseph and Tim now, and you'll see me sometime soon, I suppose.